The galaxy hangs in the balance. For centuries, the Galactic Alliance stood as a symbol of hope, a powerful union of diverse species united against common threats. Together, they maintained peace and prosperity, sharing knowledge and technology across countless worlds. But all that changed when the HFY arrived. The HFY were unlike anything the Alliance had ever faced. They were a cold, calculating race with advanced technology far beyond anything the Alliance could counter. Their warships were cloaked, their weapons deadly and precise, and their AI-driven tactics made them nearly impossible to predict. In mere weeks, the HFY wiped out entire fleets, and the once mighty Alliance crumbled under their relentless assault. Planet after planet fell, each one ravaged by the HFY's unstoppable forces. Entire species were enslaved or eradicated, and the few remaining survivors were scattered, left to fight a losing battle. In the heart of the galaxy, the surviving leaders of the Galactic Alliance gathered in secret. They had tried everything, every weapon, every strategy, but nothing worked. The HFY were simply too powerful. Desperation had set in, and with no other choice, the leaders turned to a final, unlikely hope. They decided to reach out to humanity. For years, humans had been isolated from galactic politics. They had chosen to remain hidden, focused on their own development, quietly advancing in technology and warfare while the galaxy around them descended into chaos. Humanity's reputation had spread far and wide, but not for their accomplishments. The galaxy knew humanity as bloodthirsty and ruthless, creatures of war, quick to violence and merciless in battle. Other species, who had long deemed humanity primitive and barbaric, never thought to consider them as allies. But now, the leaders of the Galactic Alliance had no choice. They had to hope that humanity's bloodthirsty nature might be their salvation. The transmission was sent out into the void of space, a signal desperately calling for humanity's aid. It was a desperate plea, one that begged for help when all other hope had been lost. On Earth, General Victor Hayes, a battle-hardened leader with decades of experience, intercepted the transmission. Unlike the others in the Galactic Alliance, he knew what humanity was capable of. He had studied their past, witnessed their battles, and understood the power that lay in their hearts, their unmatched will to fight. General Hayes had been preparing for a day like this, a day when humanity's strength would be tested. He was ready for the challenge, but he knew it wouldn't be easy. The odds were against them, and many had already counted humanity out. The first 8 minutes of the story focus on this moment of crisis. The universe is in chaos, and the transmission sparks a renewed sense of purpose among Earth's military leaders. General Hayes is shown assembling his team of elite soldiers, each one selected for their skill, bravery, and tenacity. Together, they form a covert task force, knowing that their mission could mean the difference between survival and annihilation for the entire galaxy. The tension is palpable as the humans begin preparing for a war like no other. Military forces across Earth are mobilized, and advanced warships, cloaking devices, and AI-guided drones are readied for battle. The soldiers know they face overwhelming odds, but they also know one thing: humanity's greatest strength lies in its ability to fight, to survive, and to never back down, no matter the cost. As the camera pans across the war room, we see the anxious faces of Earth's leaders, their eyes filled with uncertainty. The galactic leaders have placed their faith in humanity, but will it be enough? The HFY are known for their advanced weaponry and cunning strategies, and the other species in the galaxy have already failed. What chance do humans stand against such a foe? The soldiers begin their training, preparing for the battles ahead. In the distance, the hum of engines fills the air as the first of Earth's warships takes off, disappearing into the vastness of space. General Hayes stands at the front, watching as his forces leave the planet. The weight of the galaxy's future rests on their shoulders. Meanwhile, in the darkness of space, the HFY continue their relentless conquest, unaware of the human forces quietly gathering. The audience feels the looming dread of what's to come. The HFY are a terrifying foe, and the odds seem impossible. But the humans have something the HFY do not, an unyielding spirit, a refusal to surrender. In the final moments of Part 1, the transmission ends, and the human task force departs Earth, racing toward the unknown. The countdown to war has begun. As the humans head into the depths of space, the audience is left with a sense of suspense and anticipation. The first 8 minutes have set the stage for a conflict unlike any other. The stakes are high, the tension thick, and the audience is left wondering, can humanity rise to the challenge and turn the tide of war, or will they fall like the others before them? The hook is strong. The audience is drawn in by the high stakes and the sense of impending doom. The pacing is quick, moving from the devastation of the Galactic Alliance to the hope humanity represents. The visual storytelling shows the preparation for war, humans loading their ships, soldiers getting ready for battle, and the moment the transmission is received and acknowledged. The tone is tense, with every moment adding to the growing sense of urgency. The ending of Part 1 leaves viewers on the edge of their seats, eager to see what will happen next. Will humanity's bloodthirsty reputation prove to be their greatest weapon, or will the HFY crush them just like every other species? The audience is hooked, wanting to know how this war will unfold and whether humanity can truly live up to the challenge. The adventure has only just begun. As the human task force hurtles toward the HFY's stronghold, the galaxy's most powerful species remain unaware of the true power of humanity. To the aliens, humans are primitive, an undeveloped species with no place in the larger galactic struggle. They view Earth as just another small, insignificant planet, and they scoff at the idea that humans could pose any real threat. But what the HFY don't know is that humanity has been preparing for this day in secret. While the rest of the galaxy had been focused on technological advancements and political power plays, Earth had been quietly developing weapons and strategies that would prove to be the key to their survival. Hidden deep within Earth's most secure military facilities, humanity has built advanced cloaking technology, AI-guided drones, and state-of-the-art warships, innovations that the HFY could never have anticipated. The first battle begins with the humans making their move. Their fleet, cloaked in the darkness of space, sneaks into the HFY's territory, completely undetected. These ships, equipped with the latest cloaking devices, pass through the outer layers of the HFY defenses as if they were mere shadows, unseen and unheard. The HFY, confident in their superior firepower, do not even know the humans are coming. They believe their fleet is invulnerable, completely unaware of the deadly threat hiding right under their noses. Then, without warning, the humans strike. AI-guided drones, programmed to infiltrate and disable enemy systems, swarm the HFY flagship. These drones, small but deadly, infiltrate the massive warships, attacking from every angle. The HFY are caught completely off guard. Their defenses, designed to fight against known enemies, are powerless against the humans' innovative tactics. The drones disable key systems, shutting down communication networks and disrupting the HFY's ability to coordinate their forces. The human fleet takes full advantage of the chaos, launching an all-out assault on the HFY's military infrastructure. The HFY respond with overwhelming force. They retaliate with waves of advanced warships and automated defense systems, hoping to crush the humans before they can do any real damage. The battle intensifies as both sides exchange fire, filling the void of space with blinding explosions and streaks of energy. But while the HFY rely on their superior numbers and advanced technology, the humans fight with something far more dangerous, sheer willpower. For humanity, this war is not just a fight for survival, it's a fight for their very existence. The humans have been underestimated for far too long, and now they're showing the galaxy just how wrong they were. The bloodthirsty nature that others see as a flaw is, in fact, a hidden strength. Humans are fierce, relentless, and unwilling to back down from a fight. It's this savage nature, honed through centuries of war and struggle, that makes them unpredictable and dangerous. The HFY may have superior technology, but they don't understand the human spirit. And that's where the real power lies. The human fleet strikes back with an intensity that shocks their alien foes. Their tactics are unlike anything the HFY have ever faced before. Rather than relying on overwhelming numbers or brute strength, the humans use guerrilla warfare, outsmarting and outmaneuvering their enemies at every turn. They strike fast and hard, then disappear back into the shadows, leaving the HFY to chase after ghosts. Each attack is precise, calculated, and devastating. The HFY, who thought they had already won the war, are now fighting a battle they didn't even know they were part of. In the heat of the battle, the humans also demonstrate their skill in hand-to-hand combat. Unlike the HFY, who rely heavily on advanced weaponry, the humans are masters of close-quarters fighting. They infiltrate the HFY flagship, battling their way through heavily guarded corridors, using their knowledge of guerrilla tactics and their own brutal combat style to take down the enemy from within. The HFY's cold, calculated approach to war is no match for the human warriors, who fight with raw emotion and passion. The first strike ends with a resounding message sent across the galaxy: humanity will not go down without a fight. The humans may be outmatched technologically, but they are not weak. They are not the primitive species the HFY believed them to be. Instead, they are a force to be reckoned with, unstoppable, relentless, and willing to fight to the very end. As the battle concludes, the human fleet retreats, their mission complete. They've struck a blow against the HFY, crippling their defenses and sending a clear message to the galaxy. The HFY may have been the first to attack, but they've just learned a valuable lesson: humanity will not be defeated. The first battle has set the stage for the larger war ahead, and the humans have proven that they are a force to be reckoned with. But this victory, while significant, is only the beginning. The HFY are far from defeated, and the humans know that the war is far from over. Yet, for the first time in the conflict, there is hope. The galaxy has witnessed humanity's hidden strength, and it knows now that the fight is far from hopeless. Humanity may have started as the underdogs, but they have proven that they can take on the galaxy's most powerful species and survive. As the dust settles, the human soldiers reflect on what they've achieved. The first victory may have been won, but the true battle is only just beginning. The HFY will not stop, and neither will humanity. The fight for the galaxy is far from over, but now, for the first time, the humans have shown they can win. The tension is high, the stakes are even higher, and the audience is left on the edge of their seats, eager to see how the humans will continue to fight back and turn the tide in their favor. The human fleet, fresh off their first victory against the HFY, continues its brutal fight across the galaxy. Humanity's reputation as a bloodthirsty race has never been more accurate. Armed with advanced AI-controlled warships, the humans engage in a relentless campaign of guerrilla warfare, striking at the heart of HFY-controlled planets. Their tactics are designed to confuse, disrupt, and terrorize the HFY. These aren't the kind of soldiers who follow predictable patterns. They hit fast, hard, and disappear into the shadows before the enemy can react. The battle scenes are chaotic and intense. The camera zooms through space, capturing high-speed dogfights between human and HFY ships. Blinding explosions light up the void, as ships engage in combat, dodging and weaving through incoming fire. The human warships, equipped with cloaking devices and AI-enhanced maneuvering systems, strike with pinpoint precision, catching the HFY off guard time and time again. Each explosion in space is a testament to humanity's raw power, their determination to fight back against the odds. On the ground, the humans continue to fight with the same savage tactics they've become known for. They know the HFY's strength lies in their technological superiority, but the humans are determined to show that it's not just technology that wins wars, it's willpower. Humanity's strategy is simple: strike hard, cause chaos, and never let the enemy know where the next blow will come from. This is guerrilla warfare, and the humans are masters of it. As the human soldiers land on HFY-controlled planets, they unleash their full arsenal of deadly weapons. Powerful robots, designed to assist the soldiers in combat, charge into battle, tearing through the HFY forces with mechanical precision. These robots, equipped with advanced weaponry and shield systems, serve as both tanks and support units, allowing human soldiers to press forward without fear of being overwhelmed. The robots' metal limbs clash with HFY forces, smashing through their defenses and leaving destruction in their wake. In addition to their robots, the humans deploy genetically enhanced soldiers, elite warriors who have undergone rigorous physical and mental enhancements to become the perfect fighting machines. These soldiers are faster, stronger, and more resilient than any ordinary human, making them a fearsome force on the battlefield. They lead the charge against the HFY, cutting down alien soldiers with brutal efficiency. These enhanced soldiers embody humanity's unyielding spirit, and their presence on the battlefield sends a clear message: humans will not be easily defeated. The scenes on the ground are filled with intense action, humans storming enemy strongholds, clearing out HFY forces with brutal close-quarters combat, and launching surprise attacks that leave the HFY in disarray. The HFY, so used to their superiority, find themselves struggling to adapt to this savage form of warfare. The humans fight not just for survival but to prove that their bloodthirsty tactics can defeat the invincible HFY. But amid all the chaos, one of the most emotional moments of the war occurs. Bonner, a key soldier in the human fleet and a beloved character, is part of a mission to evacuate a group of civilians trapped on a HFY-controlled planet. The humans are under heavy fire, and it becomes clear that the civilians are in danger of being overrun by the HFY forces. Bonner, realizing that the mission will fail unless he makes the ultimate sacrifice, steps forward and takes the position of honor to protect the civilians. With no regard for his own life, Bonner holds his ground, allowing the others to escape to safety. As the battle rages around him, he fights with everything he has, taking down countless HFY soldiers and buying precious time for the civilians to get away. But in the end, the weight of the battle is too much. Bonner succumbs to the overwhelming enemy force, sacrificing himself for the greater good. His death is not in vain, though. He ensures the safety of the civilians, and his final moments are a testament to his courage, his love for his comrades, and his dedication to the mission. The moment of Bonner's sacrifice is emotional, and the impact on the soldiers is immediate. His comrades, those who had fought alongside him, feel the weight of his loss deeply. But rather than letting the grief consume them, Bonner's death becomes the spark that reignites their passion and determination. They fight not just for their survival but for their fallen comrade. The memory of Bonner's bravery drives them forward, making them even more determined to defeat the HFY. The emotional core of the story deepens in this part. The audience is able to connect with the characters on a personal level. Bonner's sacrifice is not just a moment of heroism, it's a reminder of the cost of war, of the human lives that are sacrificed for the greater good. It's a powerful moment that strengthens the emotional connection between the viewers and the soldiers they've come to care for. As the human soldiers continue to battle on the HFY-controlled planets, they do so with a renewed sense of purpose. Bonner's sacrifice has not only inspired them but has also shown them that they are capable of great things. The HFY may have superior technology, but humanity has something far more powerful: the will to fight for each other and the strength to keep going, no matter the cost. The battle continues, but the humans are no longer just fighting for survival, they are fighting for a future that Bonner's sacrifice has helped make possible. Each victory, each battle, is now tinged with the memory of his loss. The soldiers fight harder, knowing that their fallen comrade is with them in spirit. As the episode comes to a close, the audience is left with a deep sense of connection to the characters. The battle may not be over, but the humans have proven they are a force to be reckoned with. They have shown the galaxy that their bloodthirsty nature is not a weakness, it's their greatest strength. The sacrifice of Bonner has solidified their resolve, and the war is far from over. There is still much to be done, but now, more than ever, the humans have something worth fighting for. The stakes are higher, the emotional bond stronger, and the path to victory clearer. The audience is left on the edge of their seats, eager to see how the humans will continue their fight and honor their fallen comrade. The HFY are ready to deploy their ultimate weapon, a device powerful enough to obliterate Earth, their last obstacle to galactic domination. Humanity's entire future hangs in the balance. The galaxy has watched as the humans, underestimated for so long, turned the tide of war. But now, the stakes have never been higher. With the HFY preparing to destroy Earth, General Victor Hayes knows this may be humanity's final chance to prevent total annihilation. In a last-ditch effort to stop the HFY, General Hayes orchestrates a daring assault on their flagship. The superweapon must be destroyed before it can be fired, and Hayes is determined to see it done. He knows the odds are stacked against them. The HFY flagship is heavily fortified, surrounded by layers of advanced technology and elite warriors. But Hayes is not deterred. He gathers his most trusted soldiers, including some of the genetically enhanced soldiers who have proven themselves in battle, and prepares for a suicide mission to infiltrate the heart of the HFY command. The tension begins to rise as the human fleet moves toward the HFY flagship, hidden in the depths of enemy space. The countdown to Earth's destruction is ticking away, and time is running out. The humans are not just fighting for survival now, they are fighting for their home, their families, and their very existence. The mood is tense, the air thick with anticipation, as General Hayes and his team prepare to board the enemy vessel. As the humans infiltrate the flagship, the fight becomes more intense. They are up against the HFY's elite soldiers, who are equipped with state-of-the-art weapons and armor. These aliens have never faced such brutality. The humans, armed with advanced AI-controlled warships and cloaking technology, strike with a savage ferocity that blindsides their opponents. They are not here for diplomacy or negotiation, they are here to destroy the HFY's weapon and save their planet. The first wave of humans sneaks into the flagship, using cloaking devices to infiltrate the heavily guarded halls. They move like shadows through the corridors, setting up ambushes and silently taking down alien soldiers. The HFY's advanced technology gives them an edge in the battlefield, but the humans' bloodthirsty tactics and sheer determination make them unpredictable. The aliens are caught off guard, unable to predict the humans' next move. The soldiers are relentless, pushing forward with unwavering focus, determined to stop the superweapon before it's too late. As the humans make their way deeper into the flagship, the closer they get to the heart of the HFY command, the chamber where the superweapon is housed. The tension is unbearable. Every room they enter is filled with resistance, with the HFY soldiers fighting tooth and nail to protect their weapon. But the humans press on, determined to succeed. Each hallway they fight through brings them one step closer to the superweapon, and with each step, the stakes grow higher. In the heart of the flagship, a final battle unfolds. The humans face off against a wave of HFY warriors, and the chaos is overwhelming. Gunfire fills the air, and explosions shake the ship. The human soldiers fight fiercely, using everything at their disposal, cloaking devices, AI-controlled drones, and their own cunning strategies, to survive and keep moving forward. They are unstoppable. Even as casualties mount on both sides, the humans refuse to back down. With the countdown ticking down, every second is critical. The HFY are confident in their technological superiority, but they have underestimated humanity's will to survive. The humans' savage tactics, honed through years of war, have made them a formidable force. The HFY are learning the hard way that brute force and superior technology are not enough to defeat the humans. The savage, unpredictable nature of their fighting style is their greatest strength. As the humans near the superweapons chamber, the countdown reaches its final seconds. The ship is in chaos, the once pristine corridors now littered with the wreckage of battle. In the midst of the chaos, General Hayes and his team reach the control room where the superweapon is housed. But they are not alone. A final wave of HFY soldiers, the last line of defense, stands between them and their goal. The air is thick with tension as the two sides prepare for one final showdown. The human soldiers are exhausted, but they are fueled by one thing, the knowledge that the fate of Earth rests on their shoulders. They cannot afford to fail. The HFY warriors charge, but the humans are ready. The battle is fierce, and the tension is palpable as every shot, every strike, could be the difference between life and death. As the battle rages on, General Hayes finds himself face to face with the HFY commander, a towering alien who is as ruthless as he is powerful. The two engage in a brutal combat, each one determined to win. The human savagery is in full force. Hayes is a warrior who has fought in countless battles, and he knows that this fight will determine the fate of the galaxy. Every strike he delivers is filled with the weight of humanity's survival. He knows there is no room for failure. The battle reaches its peak as Hayes lands the final blow on the HFY commander, sending him crashing to the floor. The room falls silent for a moment as the humans catch their breath. But there is no time to celebrate. The countdown has almost reached 0, and they must act fast. With a final surge of strength, the human soldiers disable the superweapon, preventing the destruction of Earth. The HFY flagship begins to fall apart, its systems failing in the aftermath of the battle. General Hayes and his team make their escape, racing against time to get back to their ship. The humans have succeeded. Against all odds, they have stopped the HFY from destroying Earth. As the humans flee the collapsing flagship, the audience is left on the edge of their seat, the suspense still thick in the air. The battle may be over, but the war is far from won. There is still much to be done, and the humans have proven that they will stop at nothing to defend their planet. The countdown may have stopped, but the fight for humanity's future is just beginning. The stakes have never been higher, and the audience is left eager to see what comes next in this epic battle for survival. The battle against the HFY forces has been brutal, but humanity's victory seems within reach. With the HFY flagship severely damaged and the superweapon deactivated, the humans can taste their hard-earned triumph. But as General Victor Hayes and his team continue to push forward through the ship's crumbling hulls, they uncover a horrifying truth that could destroy everything they've fought for. Hidden deep within the HFY flagship's core, the humans discover a fail-safe device, one that has the power to annihilate entire planets with a single devastating strike. It's a backup plan, designed to ensure that even if the superweapon is destroyed, the HFY would not be defeated completely. This failsafe is more powerful than any weapon humanity has ever faced. If it's activated, Earth will be destroyed in an instant, along with any hope of victory for the human race. General Hayes realizes that the HFY's true plan was never just about conquering the galaxy, it was about erasing humanity from existence entirely. The discovery leaves the team shaken, but they don't have time to dwell on it. The clock is ticking, and the HFY forces are regaining strength. They must act quickly if they want to save Earth. The suspense builds as the humans, now aware of the new threat, rush to the heart of the flagship. The HFY have retreated to their last line of defense, and the final battle will take place at the core of the ship. It's a brutal, all-out clash between the last remaining human soldiers and the HFY's elite warriors. The battle is a whirlwind of explosions, gunfire, and flashing lights, with every corner of the flagship echoing with the sounds of war. The HFY, desperate to protect their failsafe, fight with everything they have left, but the humans are relentless. The intensity of the combat reaches a boiling point as the two sides clash in a brutal, unforgiving struggle. The human soldiers are pushed to their limits, but they refuse to back down. They know the fate of Earth rests on their shoulders. As they fight, the truth becomes clear. There is no way to stop the failsafe without making the ultimate sacrifice. In the heat of the battle, General Hayes and his team make their way toward the failsafe's control room. The tension in the air is thick, every step forward feeling heavier as they know the risks. Hayes is aware that the only way to destroy the failsafe and prevent Earth's destruction is to activate the ship's self-destruct sequence, something that will cost him his life. The decision is agonizing, but Hayes knows there is no other option. He is ready to give everything for the survival of humanity. As Hayes approaches the control panel, the weight of the moment hits him. He looks back at his team, his soldiers, his friends, and knows that this will be the last time he sees them. But he is at peace with his choice. His death will mean the destruction of the HFY's last hope of victory. He knows that in sacrificing himself, he will ensure that Earth survives, and the HFY will never have the chance to rise again. In an emotional moment, General Hayes activates the self-destruct sequence. His team watches in disbelief, knowing that they are about to lose their leader, but also understanding that this is the only way. The countdown begins, and Hayes stands tall, watching the devastation unfold. As the seconds tick away, he takes one last look at the faces of his soldiers, who are now racing to escape the ship before it's too late. They know their mission is complete, but it comes with a heavy price. The scene is heart-wrenching as Hayes stands alone, watching his team make their way to safety. He holds the line, taking down the remaining HFY soldiers with a ferocity born of pure will. Each shot, each movement, is a testament to humanity's strength and resolve. His sacrifice is not in vain. With the self-destruct sequence initiated, the HFY flagship begins to fall apart, and the ship's core begins to overload. The HFY forces, now scattered and disorganized, are left powerless against the overwhelming force of humanity's determination. As the last of the human soldiers escape, Hayes stands firm at the center of the chaos. He watches as the flagship shudders and begins to collapse around him. In his final moments, he knows he has given humanity a fighting chance. The HFY's superweapon is gone. The failsafe is destroyed. Earth is saved. The human fleet watches from a distance as the HFY flagship disintegrates, its remains drifting in space. There is a somber silence, broken only by the distant rumble of the explosion. The tension has finally broken, but the reality of the sacrifice hangs heavy in the air. General Hayes gave everything for humanity's future, and his loss will be felt for generations to come. But his death is not in vain. His sacrifice becomes the turning point in the war. It sparks a renewed strength in the human forces. Hayes' bravery and leadership have shown the rest of humanity that they can overcome any obstacle, no matter how insurmountable it may seem. The human strength lies not just in their technology or their tactics, but in their unbreakable will to survive. In the wake of Hayes' death, the human soldiers rally around each other, finding new courage and determination. They know that the HFY are not truly defeated yet, but they also know that they have proven something important: they are a force to be reckoned with. The war is far from over, but humanity has shown that it will stop at nothing to protect its future. As the scene fades, the audience is left with a feeling of bittersweet victory. The HFY are vanquished, Earth is saved, but the price of victory has been high. General Hayes' sacrifice will forever be etched in the hearts and minds of the human soldiers who fought alongside him. And as the battle for the galaxy continues, one thing is certain: humanity will never back down. The final battle unfolds in the cold vacuum of space. The human fleet, battered but resolute, is ready for the ultimate confrontation. They know this is their last chance to secure victory and end the HFY's reign of terror. The HFY forces have been decimated, but the war is far from over. With the HFY flagship destroyed and their superweapon neutralized, the final blow must be delivered to ensure the alien race's total defeat. The human fleet moves forward in formation, a relentless force focused on one goal: the complete destruction of the HFY's remaining defenses. The HFY, weakened but still dangerous, are determined to fight to the bitter end. The final battle is nothing like anything humanity has faced before. It's not just about superior technology, it's about survival. The humans know that this will be their defining moment, and they are prepared to make any sacrifice necessary. The space battle is chaotic, with explosions lighting up the vastness of space, creating a spectacle of fire and destruction. Ships dart through the void, exchanging devastating blasts, while AI-guided drones swarm the HFY fleet, picking off ships one by one. The human fleet has been equipped with cutting-edge weapons and advanced AI systems, but the HFY's tenacity and desperation make them a formidable foe. The tension in the air is palpable as the battle rages on, with both sides giving everything they have left. As the battle progresses, it becomes clear that the human fleet is outnumbered. Despite their technological advantage, the Xeres' sheer numbers and cunning tactics threaten to overwhelm them. The once proud human fleet is now a shadow of its former strength. Many ships are lost in the chaos, their crews falling victim to the Xeres' relentless onslaught. The human fleet has been pushed to its limits, but the survivors fight on, determined to see the war through to the end. Commander Kira Voss, who has taken charge of the human forces following General Hayes' sacrifice, leads the final charge. She's seen countless comrades fall in battle, and the weight of their sacrifices rests heavily on her shoulders. As the leader of the remaining human fleet, she knows the gravity of the situation. The Xeri forces are far from defeated, but Kira is determined to end this war once and for all. The tension builds to a fever pitch as the last moments of the battle draw near. The Xeri flagship, now a hulking mass of twisted metal and fire, looms in the distance. It is the heart of the Xeri forces, and if it falls, the entire alien race will be shattered. The human fleet launches a final, all-out assault on the flagship. This is their moment of reckoning, and they will either emerge victorious or be lost forever in the darkness of space. The human ships close in on the Xeri flagship, unleashing everything they have left. Laser blasts streak through space, tearing apart enemy ships, while the human forces push forward with unrelenting fury. Every human ship in the fleet is fighting for its survival, knowing that failure would mean the end of humanity itself. The Xeri flagship retaliates with devastating firepower, and the human ships are hit one by one, their shields flickering under the constant barrage. Kira's ship, the Phoenix, leads the charge, with her crew fighting desperately to reach the heart of the Xeri flagship. The flagship's massive cannons fire relentlessly, but the human forces are determined to break through. As Kira's ship approaches the flagship, a final, intense explosion erupts nearby, sending shockwaves through space. A human destroyer ship is obliterated, its crew lost in an instant. The cost of victory is mounting, but Kira refuses to give up. She knows that every sacrifice made so far must count. In a moment of raw emotion, Kira orders a full assault on the flagship's core. Her crew, battered and scarred from the long campaign, follows her lead, knowing that their lives are on the line. The human forces charge forward, pushing through the enemy defenses, even as the Xeri continue to fight tooth and nail. The final confrontation is fierce, a brutal, close-quarters struggle in the heart of the Xeri ship. The walls are lined with broken armor and debris, as the human soldiers push past the enemy forces, determined to see the mission through. Finally, after what feels like an eternity of combat, the human forces breach the heart of the Xeri flagship. The massive superweapon that once threatened to annihilate Earth is now within their grasp. The remaining Xeri forces are few but still dangerous, fighting with every last ounce of their strength. Kira's crew, along with the few surviving human soldiers, take down the last of the Xeri defenders, securing the ship's control room. But the victory is bittersweet. The superweapon is destroyed, but at what cost? The human fleet is in tatters. The remaining ships are heavily damaged, their crews exhausted and wounded. The victory they fought so hard for has come with a terrible price. Many of the ships are lost, their crews sacrificed to ensure the survival of humanity. As the final blow is struck, the human forces know that the Xeri have been defeated, but the war has left its scars. As the last of the Xeri forces are wiped out, the survivors of the human fleet drift in the aftermath, staring at the remains of the enemy flagship. The silence in space is deafening, and the weight of the destruction settles over them like a heavy shroud. Commander Kira Voss, standing on the bridge of the Phoenix, looks out at the wreckage of the Xeri fleet. She feels both relief and sorrow. They've won, but the cost of that victory has been unimaginable. The survivors, battered and broken, know that their victory came at the cost of everything they held dear. Friends, family, and comrades are gone. The galaxy is forever changed, its balance tipped by the fierce struggle between humanity and the Xeri. Yet despite the overwhelming losses, the humans have proven something that will resonate for generations to come: humanity will never back down. In the final moments, as the last of the HFY ships explode in the distance, the human fleet begins to regroup. The survivors will rebuild, honor the fallen, and ensure that their sacrifices were not in vain. The war is over, and the galaxy will never forget the day when humanity stood strong against the darkness and emerged victorious. The war is finally over, and humanity stands victorious. After years of battling against the HFY, the ruthless alien race that threatened to destroy the galaxy, the humans have emerged as the unlikely champions. The once feared, bloodthirsty nature of humankind has now become a symbol of strength and resilience. No longer viewed as primitive or outmatched, humanity has earned its place as the saviors of the galaxy. In the aftermath of the war, the fractured universe begins to rebuild. The Galactic Alliance, which was once a united force of diverse species, has been torn apart by the relentless assault of the HFY. But now, with the HFY defeated, humanity has stepped in to take the lead. The galaxy, once torn by division and chaos, begins to unite under the guidance of human leadership. Earth, once a small and insignificant planet on the edge of the galaxy, is now the shining beacon of hope for all the sentient races. The humans, who had once struggled to be accepted by the other galactic species, are now hailed as the protectors of the universe. The brutal tactics that had once made them feared are now seen as a necessary strength in the face of the galaxy's greatest threat. The bloodthirsty humans are now celebrated for their courage, determination, and unyielding will to survive. The final scene shows Earth, transformed into a center of power and influence, standing at the heart of a new galactic council. The humans have earned their place at the table, surrounded by representatives from all corners of the galaxy. Alien races that once doubted humanity now look to Earth as a model of strength and unity. The humans are no longer the underdogs, they are the cornerstone of a new era of peace and prosperity. The galaxy is still healing from the scars of the war, but under humanity's leadership, the galaxy begins to rebuild. The once feuding races now work together, united in their shared goal of ensuring that the mistakes of the past are never repeated. The memory of the HFY's cruelty is fresh in everyone's mind, but there is now hope that the galaxy can overcome its dark past and build a brighter future. At the heart of Earth's new role in the galaxy, a monument is erected in honor of the two men who made the ultimate sacrifice for the survival of all. General Victor Hayes and Bonner, the brave soldier who gave his life to protect civilians, are immortalized in stone. Their monument stands as a reminder to all of the price of victory and the strength of human resolve. Their sacrifices were not in vain, and their legacy will inspire future generations to rise up against tyranny and oppression, just as they did. The camera pans across the monument, showing the names of those who gave everything for the galaxy's survival. There are no longer any doubts about humanity's place in the galaxy. They have proven that they are capable of greatness, not just through their technology and military might, but through their heart, courage, and spirit. The galaxy, once divided and fractured, now looks to Earth as the guiding force that will lead them into a new era of peace. The final moments of the story are filled with hope and anticipation. The camera shifts to the stars, showing a galaxy now free from the threat of the HFY. The darkness that once threatened to swallow everything has been driven back, and the light of a new dawn shines on all the races of the galaxy. Humanity, once seen as a violent, bloodthirsty species, now stands as the galaxy's greatest hope. As the scene fades to black, a new beginning is hinted at. The humans, now the champions of the universe, are ready to defend the galaxy from any future threats. They have learned from their past struggles and have grown stronger because of them. Earth is no longer just a planet, it's the heart of a new galactic order. The once primitive humans now have the power to shape the future of the galaxy, and they are ready to do so. The final scene shows a glimpse of the new leaders of humanity, Commander Kira Voss, the brave soul who led humanity to victory, and the surviving soldiers who fought beside her. They stand united, looking out at the stars with determination in their eyes. Their journey is far from over, but they know that whatever challenges lie ahead, they will face them together. The galaxy may have been saved, but the fight for peace and justice will continue, and humanity will always be ready to stand against the forces of tyranny. As the screen fades to black, the story comes to a close, leaving the audience with a sense of hope and pride. Humanity, once underestimated and feared, has proven that they are capable of anything. They have risen from the ashes of war to become the defenders of the galaxy, and now, the universe stands united under their watchful gaze. The future is uncertain, but one thing is clear: humanity has proven that, when pushed to the edge, they will fight, they will survive, and they will triumph. The legacy of General Hayes, Bonner, and the countless soldiers who sacrificed their lives will live on in every corner of the galaxy. The human race, once thought to be a mere footnote in the history of the universe, has now become its strongest force, ready to protect the galaxy from any threat that may arise. The age of humanity has begun.